Every player has a different opinion on what is the hardest role to climb on. Some people think tank is the hardest, some people think support is the hardest, some people even think DPS is the hardest role to climb on. I can tell you that every role just sucks. So today, I'm going to tell you why every role feels awful to play in Overwatch 2. So first, we're going to start off with the supports. Now, if you play Kiriko, Bap, Juno, I don't want to hear anything from you. You should be winning all your games. But if you're playing like Mercy, Ana, Lucio, my condolences, because holy shit, especially in the 5v5 format, the last three characters I just named are kind of drowned out by the other characters. Bap, Kiri, Juno are just way better than these other characters, I'ma be real. And now you're probably thinking, you're not making the role seem awful, you're making it sound like it's pretty easy to play or like these characters are super strong, which they are, but this is why the role feels awful. When essentially your favorite character or characters just get drowned out by other characters and you're forced to play like meta, it is just gonna feel awful. For example, why would I play Lucio when I can just play Juno? Juno does what Lucio already does, but better. She gives movement speed, but she doesn't have an amp or anything, so she can just heal with a gun for free. Like, she does quite a decent amount of healing compared to Lucio, where it's either you do lots of heals or you do a better speed boost, and then after that it's basically just extremely slow regen health healing. Like, it's really slow, Lucio's healing. Also, Lucio's not meant to be played with heals, he's meant to play more with the speed. But why would I go with Lucio when I can just literally just do both? It's like the same thing with Ana as well. Why would I want to play Ana, which I love playing Ana, by the way, she's literally my favorite support to play. But why would I play her over Kiriko when Kiriko can literally just do what she does better? She can DPS, she has a Suzu, and like, yes, don't get me wrong, sleep and anti are very strong abilities, but if they go dive, I'm basically fucked. If my team doesn't protect me, I'm fucked. With Kiriko, I can basically just be a solo player. I can go flank, get a pick, TP out. And even if I don't go for flanks, I do a good amount of damage and I have way better healing and I have a free get out of jail card with my TP. It's like I remember once where they tried to like hint at giving Ana's like Baptiste jump so she can jump higher, and I'm just there like, no, what the fuck are we doing? No. Just because you made some new characters that were way overkitted doesn't mean you should make all the other characters overkitted. That's not how Overwatch is. It's not Fragpunk, okay? Not every character is meant to be super overpowered. There's meant to be a balance. Like Ana, for example, it's harder to hit sleeps because it's projectiles, but once you get hit by a sleep, it's basically a free kill. Anti stops all healing, and so if you're playing Hog or Malga, good luck. If you have a Kiriko, the value from that anti just basically vanishes. It's still good though because you force the Kiriko to use Suzu. If she still has TP, then she still has a free jail out of card. You see what I mean? Like, at least with Baptiste, he has an immortality, but he can't just press one button and escape. But with Kiriko, she can. And this is why it feels awful to play the role, because when your favorite characters essentially just become not useless, but a lot more tedious to play, especially because of the 5v5 balancing, because 5v5 doesn't work for Overwatch, it makes the role feel 10 times worse as it really is. Support has been the best role since Overwatch 2 came out, and still somehow they managed to like make the role feel meh. Look at Mercy, for example, a character that's meant to enable her team, but because of the 5v5, she's basically useless. Like, the only people that really play Mercy are like, were playing Mercy since Overwatch 1, or just egos trying to get boosted by some random DPS they found on Discord. Like, there's generally no in between. And even me right now, I'm trying to grind on my support because I'm bored of tank and DPS because I've been playing those roles for so long. And honestly, I can say I have been playing way more Juno than Lucio. Even if I'm not playing Juno, I never see Lucio's. Like, I think out of like 50 games, I've seen one Lucio. One. And I think that really says the state of Overwatch, where it's just always just come out with new characters that just essentially drown out the other characters. That's why support feels awful. And also, you're kind of forced to play some of the characters because, let's be real, immortality is literally just a godsend. There's nothing better. There's no better ability than immortality. Literally, name me one ability right now that you can say is that's better than immortality. I'll wait. Yeah, you can't say it. There's literally nothing. It's ridiculous. I'm pretty sure I explained why supports feel pretty awful to play, so we're gonna move on to DPS. As a DPS player, tell me why I'm more scared of supports than other DPS heroes. Like, it's generally crazy to me that I get more scared of a Kiriko than a Reaper. Like, genuinely. I am more terrified of a Baptiste than a Pharmacy, and it's all mainly because of denial abilities. I don't know what Blizzard was thinking when they added like Suzu and Immortality Lamp, all these abilities that essentially just let you just fix mistakes when they shouldn't be fixed, but it's ridiculous. The amount of times I've made someone one shot and they just get a out of jail card is like, I can't even speak right now because it just makes me so fucking angry. And that's the real frustration of DPS, is it feels like even if you make a play, just because of these abilities existing, it just basically just gets completely shut down and then you get punished for it. somehow the enemies that are meant to get punished when they make a mistake somehow just flip it on you. Granted, it is still fun to play DPS. Like, the DPS is not that awful to the point where it's unplayable. Tank, which we'll get into in a second, it's more of, it just feels like plays you make should be the plays that win the games, but instead they just end up just being completely denied, and then you just can't do anything about it. And also, there are certain heroes that are just completely broken, in my opinion, like Widowmaker. Like, playing against a Widowmaker is fucking awful because either you have to play Widowmaker to fight the other Widowmaker, or you have to go completely dive. Like, this is the problem about Overwatch, and it's the same thing with Pharmacy. There should be no reason why a character or a meta should just completely change how the other team plays. I remember before, when people used to go Pharah, it was like straight away D.Va, double hit scan, fucking, you know what I mean? It's like, literally the whole team has to switch up the whole comp just to be able to go against that. And now in 5v5, where a character can essentially just one-shot you out of nowhere, it becomes a lot more irritating. Like, it would be different with 6v6 because at least you would have one extra person to actually still be viable in a fight. You can still win 5v6s in Overwatch 1, sorry, not 2. And the thing is, it's fine in 6v6 because you could actually still win fights when it's a 5v6 in Overwatch 1. But in Overwatch 2, if somebody gets a pick like that, you're fucked. Unless somehow you do end up getting a pick, it's winnable. But like 60% of the time, if that person gets the pick, you have to back up and give him the space, which is obviously bad. It's better to have 6v6 than 5v5 right now. Like, honestly, like, the roles would feel so much more better if it was just 6v6. Like, honestly, this whole video could just be bring back 6v6 and everything's almost fixed. Of course, there's gonna be some issues if 6v6 does come back. The roles would feel so much more better if it was just 6v6. This whole video could just be bring back 6v6 and everything's almost fixed. Of course, there's gonna be some issues if 6v6 does come back, but better to have 6v6 than 5v5 right now. That's it for the DPS. Now let's go onto the juicy part, the tank, my most hated role. And it's just like, you have to do everything as a tank. You have to get the kills, you have to get the high ground, you have to get the space, you also have to peel, you also have to do this, you have to do that, you have to wash your ass, eat banana. Like, you don't know what the hell is going on half the time. Like, sometimes it doesn't even feel like you're making a play, sometimes it just feels like you're just doing shit for the sake of doing shit. Let's say this for example, right? If you're like a Orisa or a Malga main, does your brain ever turn on? Like, legit, especially when Season 8 came out with Malga, and Malga was essentially just completely meta. I have never felt so bored of fucking playing tank. Like, I think after Season 8 Malga, I was like, yep, that's it. I am never playing tank again in my life. And even now, Season 13, like, yes, the other tanks are a lot more better now. Like, even Reinhardt's considered good. I still think tanking is still dog shit, because guess what happens if you're playing Reinhardt and it's a high ground? Yeah. You're not getting that fucking high ground. And this is why I just keep saying this, we just need the 6v6 back, because then there's another tank that can actually help sort out the high ground and relieve pressure for the other tank. But no, it's you literally just have to do everything by yourself. And that actually goes into the third thing, counter swapping. It is the most toxic thing in the world. And it's nothing about tank versus tank counter swapping. I'm talking about if you play Bull, you're gonna see a Kree, you're gonna see a Sombra, probably not anymore because Sombra rework is kind of dog shit. You're gonna see a Ana, you're gonna see basically anything just to stop you. But what's even worse now is that Brigitte and Juno are like pretty much meta right now, and those two characters are the most dog shit things to try to dive. Juno can literally just fly away onto a high ground and just hide from you if you use a jump ability. So it's like the only viable character it seems like is D.Va. Like, even Winston now feels awful to play in my opinion. I think Winston's actually like F tier now. I'm not saying he's completely unplayable, but for me, why the fuck would I play Winston when I can just play D.Va? Like, honestly, D.Va's just 10 times better than Winston. And it's perfect because this goes straight into the metas. Like, right now in Season 13, somehow Orisa is meta again. For some reason, Ram can't punch through shields anymore. And it's just like, it doesn't even matter how many times you patch the game is just literally unfixable. This is probably a bit off topic, so I'm gonna just say that part. You guys get what I mean. Like, it doesn't matter how many times you change the game, it just feels like tank is always just gonna feel awful because it's in a 5v5 format. You're still gonna take all the abilities, you're still gonna take all the bullshit toxicity from your teammates because your Widowmaker somehow lost a Widowmaker fight and now it's your fault. Yes, that's actually happened to me before. It's crazy. You actually just want to genuinely quit the game because it's just, you just hit the most dumbest shit when you play tank, or like the dumbest reasons why you're losing the game, and you're just there like, I kind of give up. Like honestly, when I played tank for Overwatch, I just kind of died inside, and like slowly I started playing worse and worse because I just did not like the game anymore. Like I'm kind of having fun with support right now, like grinding it because I've never grinded support before. God, it's just so awful. Like it doesn't matter what even role anymore. Every role in Overwatch 2 sucks. Like honestly, this video should just be called Overwatch 2 just sucks. Like genuinely, this should just be a run video. But again, thank you guys so much again for watching the video and showing so much love. If you guys have any agreements or disagreements, comment down below. Which role do you think is the hardest to actually climb? And I'll probably see you guys soon in the next video. Peace.